Everybody all over the world is intrigued by the cowboy way of life and the image of the cowboy.
Getting a guy to cook cowboy style, if you will, it would be somebody that understands cowboys and has been around them.
Grady, he's a real deal. He learned all this cooking from the real cowboys.
If you ever hung out with Grady Spears for more than 10 minutes, you know how much fun he must be in the kitchen.
Well, he's a fun guy, and he cooks good.
It's chili rellenos. I mean, when I die and go to heaven, I'm pretty sure God's gonna go, did you get that recipe?
Well, it's plentiful, and it's always hot and juicy.
His stacked enchiladas pretty much make your pants fall off. It's like you don't know how he can do it.
Back when I was working cattle for a living, if you'd have told me I'd have been a chef someday, I'd have fallen off my horse. My food is simple, it's bold, it's fresh, and most of all, it's approachable. Beautiful, huh?
Gorgeous.
That's what the cowboy way of life is all about. Simple, honest, Western living. The American West. It was and still is a cowboy's dream. Cold whiskey, card games, and companionship. Even today, in modern Western cities like Fort Worth, the cowboy influence is still visible. Today we're in Cowtown, where we'll see how the West was fed, learn how to buy beef, and do up a thick, juicy Texas steak, the Cowboy Way. It might surprise you that what we think of as down-home country cooking didn't originate in the kitchen, but around a campfire. Every year, Texas Cowboy Hall of Famer Red Steagall hosts his Cowboy Gathering and Western Swing Festival to celebrate the Cowboy Way.
Grady, this is our 15th year, and we celebrate the heritage, tradition, and values of the American cowboy.
And you always have it down in the Fort Worth stockyards, which are pretty historic themselves.
It does have tremendous historical value, and the stockyards area, the ambiance and the atmosphere is unlike any place on the face of this earth. And the cowboys love to come there. They walk down those sidewalks underneath those awnings in front of the buildings, and they feel like they're back in the Old West.
Well, I know a big part of your gathering is the chuck wagon contest. Can you explain the chuck wagon to us a little bit?
In the 1860s, Charles Goodnight invented the chuck wagon. He took an old army wagon, and then he designed a box so that a cook could let this lid down, and he could prepare all the meals on the back of this lid. And they had to be very creative because their food supply was very limited.
And so beef was a big part of their meals back then?
Grady, it is even today. You know, cowboys love to eat beef. And they cooked it in all sorts of ways. The most of the steak was cooked over an open fire, grilled over an open fire, or he might put a big roast in a Dutch oven. He might chicken fry some steaks in a Dutch oven with grease. An old cowboy said we had coffee, biscuits, and beans for breakfast. Coffee, biscuits, and beans for lunch, and coffee, biscuits, and beans and beef for supper. And occasionally, if the cook was very inventive, he might fix him something sweet if he had some sugar left in the wagon.
The cowboy tradition is alive today in New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, and even California. And cooking styles which originated at the chuck wagon are now popular in backyard barbecues. No doubt, beef is a signature dish of the West. And nobody knows beef better than Red's favorite butcher, Carrie, at Roy Pope Grocery.
Carrie, how you doing, Grady?
I need some meat today.
Well, why don't you come around here and I'll show you some finer cuts.
Perfect. Looks like you got some good meat out today.
All right.
What do you think we ought to get today?
Ribeyes is my best choice.
Perfect. Why do you like ribeyes?
I like all the marbling in it. Gives it a lot of flavor, good tenderness. And if you look at the steak, the marbling is all the little squiggly lines.
You don't have to marinate in anything. You can pretty much season it for
No, I don't recommend marinating because you're paying good money for prime beef, and you want that flavor.
Well, why don't we take, is this a tenderloin here?
Yes, sir.
Why don't we take a tenderloin, 6 ribeyes, and 6 of those T-bones look pretty good.
All right, I'll get you taken care of.
Okay, the meat looks beautiful. I'll let you know how it turns out. We're off to see Laura at the ranch. I'm going to get this meat on the grill. Now that I've got my hands on some of the best beef around, I'm off to cook up a feast with my good friend Laura Toll at her authentic Western ranch. All right, man, what a trip to the market we had. Look at these steaks. We got some.
That looks beautiful.
Oh, I'm telling you, some good Texas beef for a good Texas ranch meal. But there's a ribeye, a tenderloin, there's a strip steak, and these are all tender cuts of meat that you basically have to throw seasoning on, put them on the grill, and eat them. All right.
What's in your seasoning?
Oh, this is a really easy seasoning to make. It's brown sugar, some kosher salt, and some black pepper. And basically, we've oiled down the steaks, and we're just going to season them really good. You don't want to like sprinkle them. You know, you want to make sure you rub it in real good.
And the oil will keep it stuck to the beef.
Exactly.
I'm going to salt these up, and I guess we're ready to go to the grill. Here we go. All right. Grady, you know what I love about these recipes? Is that everything you require, other than the beef and the produce, I have in my pantry.
Oh, everything's, I mean, there's not more than 8 or 10 ingredients in anything I do. So and everything's fresh, and you normally can find everything. Ready to check the meat? A big, thick, juicy ribeye. It has to be one of the most satisfying foods on earth. And we're serving it up with ranch-style sides. There's a seat at the table for everyone on the Cowboy Way. Everything tastes better when you share it with family and friends.
That combination is incredible.
Grady Spears?
That's
A misfit in the kitchen.
You got that right.
New Year's at the Nut House.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.